Our world's power is often hidden, lying just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. But sometimes that power erupts in spectacular, awe-inspiring ways, reminding us of nature's unpredictable force. Deep beneath our feet, the earth churns with molten rock and immense pressure, a restless energy that occasionally breaks through as volcanoes. Some volcanoes are active, constantly reminding us of their presence with smoke and fire, but others, like Changbai-shan on the China-North Korea border, appear peaceful and unthreatening for centuries, their slopes covered in forests and mist. Known as Changbai-shan in China and Baekdu in Korea, this mountain is not only a place of legend and natural beauty, but also a symbol of cultural identity for millions of people. Its caldera holds Heaven Lake, a stunning blue expanse surrounded by jagged peaks, a place that seems almost otherworldly in its tranquility. Tourists from around the world flock here, drawn by the serenity, the breathtaking scenery, and the sense of standing on the edge of something ancient and powerful. But this calm is deceptive. Changbai-shan is a mega volcano, dormant for just over a century, its silence masking a potential for unimaginable force. Its beauty masks a violent past and a restless heart, a history written in ash and fire. Scientists know the forces that shaped this landscape are only sleeping, not gone. The mountain's quiet is a temporary pause in a much longer story. Beneath Heaven Lake, a vast magma chamber stirs, its heat and pressure slowly building, hidden from view, but never truly at rest. The question isn't if the giant will wake, but when. History tells us that even the quietest volcanoes can awaken with little warning. Its eruption would be felt far beyond its shadow, affecting not just the local landscape but potentially the entire region and even the world. Volcanoes like Changbai-shan can lie silent for so long that people forget their danger, building homes and lives in the shadow of a sleeping giant. Civilizations rise and fall between eruptions, but deep underground, pressure builds. Magma accumulates, gases dissolve, and the Earth's crust strains under the weight of what's to come. The stage is set for another cataclysm, as subtle signs, like bubbling hot springs and steaming vents, hint at the restless power below. That's why scientists worldwide monitor this beautiful, dangerous mountain, using the latest technology to track every tremor and change. They watch and listen for the first signs of awakening, hoping to provide early warning and protect those who live in the volcano's shadow. The sleeping giant is a scientific reality, not just a myth or a legend. Its story is written in the rocks, the water, and the memories of past eruptions. Its next eruption could change the world, sending ash and gases high into the atmosphere, altering climates and lives far beyond its slopes. The world waits, hoping for peace but always preparing for the roar that may one day come from the sleeping giant on the border. To truly understand the threat posed by Changbai-shan, we must journey back in time to the year 946 AD, when the world witnessed one of the most extraordinary natural disasters in recorded history. The Millennium Eruption, as it's now known, stands among the most powerful volcanic events ever experienced by humanity, earning a staggering 7 on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, a level matched by only a handful of eruptions in the last several thousand years. The force of the explosion was so immense that it literally blew the summit off the mountain, hurling ash and volcanic gases more than 20 miles into the sky, piercing the stratosphere and darkening the heavens. In moments, day turned to night. Pyroclastic flows, scorching avalanches of gas and rock, raced down the slopes, incinerating forests, villages, and everything in their path for miles around, leaving a wasteland in their wake. The land was buried beneath thick layers of ash and pumice, transforming the landscape forever. In the aftermath, the massive caldera that defines Changbai-shan today was formed, a scar that still dominates the region. The eruption unleashed a force greater than thousands of atomic bombs combined, ejecting at least 100 cubic kilometers of material, enough to blanket entire countries in ash and debris. Its effects were not confined to the local area. Ash clouds drifted eastward, reaching as far as Japan, while sulfur gases spread across the northern hemisphere carried by high-altitude winds. These gases formed a veil of sulfuric acid droplets in the upper atmosphere, reflecting sunlight and causing global temperatures to plummet, a phenomenon known as volcanic winter. The consequences were devastating. Crops failed across continents, famine spread through communities, and societies were forced to adapt to a world suddenly colder and darker than before. The Millennium Eruption is a stark reminder that a single volcanic event can alter the course of human history, reshaping environments and civilizations on a global scale. Its legacy is preserved not only in the rocks and caldera of Changbaishan, but also in ice cores and climate records around the world, which still bear the chemical fingerprints of this ancient catastrophe. The story of Changbaishan's past is more than history. It's a warning, a reminder that nature's power is both awe-inspiring and unpredictable, and that such events could happen again. Today, the sleeping giant rests beneath tranquil skies, but its legacy endures, a testament to the volcano that once changed the world, and a silent warning of what could come. How do we know if Changbaishan is waking up? We listen. The mountain speaks in whispers, subtle vibrations, faint rumbles, and the quiet shifting of the earth beneath our feet. To the untrained ear, these sounds are lost in the wind, but to scientists, they are vital clues. Scientists use sensitive instruments to detect the faintest tremors, tiny earthquakes that signal magma movement. These devices, placed strategically around the volcano, act as the mountain's stethoscopes, picking up every subtle shift and pulse deep underground. For years, Changbaishan was quiet. The landscape seemed peaceful, almost timeless, as if the volcano was sleeping soundly, undisturbed by the world above. But from 2002 to 2005, seismic activity surged tenfold. Suddenly, the mountain's silence was broken by a flurry of tremors, each one a message from the depths. This was a clear sign. Something was happening deep underground. Magma was on the move, pushing and cracking the earth as it searched for a path upward. The mountain quieted again, but the episode was a wake-up call. It reminded everyone that even a sleeping giant can stir without warning. Now, a network of seismometers monitors the volcano 24/7. These instruments form a vigilant web, always listening, always ready to catch the first hint of unrest. They track the location and depth of every tremor, building a 3D map of the magma's path. Each data point helps scientists visualize the hidden world beneath the surface. Shallow quakes beneath the summit are especially worrying. They can mean magma is rising. These tremors are like warning knocks, hinting at possible eruptions to come. Deeper quakes may signal the chamber is recharging. The Earth's energy is gathering, preparing for whatever comes next. By mapping these movements, scientists try to predict the giant's next move. Their work is a blend of art and science, piecing together the puzzle of the volcano's behavior. The Earth's heartbeat is faint, but it tells a story. Each vibration, each pulse, is a chapter in the ongoing saga of Changbaishan. Every tremor is a clue in the race to understand and prepare. Scientists know that the more they listen, the better they can protect those living in the shadow of the volcano. The world is listening for the giant's first stirrings, hoping to hear its secrets before it awakens again. A waking volcano sends more than tremors. It radiates heat and releases gas. Rising magma warms the ground, detectable by thermal imaging from satellites. Hot spots or sudden temperature spikes can signal magma nearing the surface. Magma also releases gases, water vapor, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. Scientists sample gases from Heaven Lake and mountain vents. A spike in sulfur dioxide is a classic sign of fresh magma rising. Gas composition reveals the volcano's mood: more gas, more danger. When seismic activity, heat, and gas emissions all rise together, the alarm is real. Continuous multifaceted monitoring is essential for early warning. These signals are our best hope to anticipate the giant's next move. Why is Changbaishan so dangerous? Its explosive history and location. An eruption could threaten millions in China and North Korea. If magma meets Heaven Lake's water, the resulting blast would be catastrophic. Pyroclastic flows and lahars would devastate the region, while ashfall could cripple cities and agriculture. Air travel would halt, economies would suffer, and health risks would soar. Globally, sulfur dioxide could cool the planet, disrupt weather, and threaten food security. The sleeping giant's reach is vast. Its awakening would be a crisis for all. Changbaishan is a threat that transcends borders. To grasp the global impact, look to Mount Tambora's 1815 eruption. Like Changbaishan's Millennium Eruption, Tambora was a VEI 7 event. It ejected 160 cubic kilometers of ash, killing tens of thousands locally. But the real disaster was global. Sulfur aerosols dimmed the sun, causing the year without a summer. Temperatures dropped, crops failed, and famine spread across continents. Food prices soared, riots erupted, and societies were shaken. The world today is even more vulnerable. Our population is larger, our food systems more interconnected. A similar eruption now could trigger worldwide crop failures and economic chaos. Tambora is a warning: volcanoes can hold the planet hostage. Changbaishan's potential is measured against this benchmark. Recent events show volcanoes' reach is not just historic. In 2024, the Taal volcano in the Philippines released massive sulfur dioxide plumes. Winds carried pollution over 1,000 kilometers to Hong Kong, worsening air quality. Scientists traced the haze to volcanic emissions, proof that eruptions can affect distant populations. Even small eruptions can have transboundary impacts on health and environment. A major Changbaishan eruption would send ash and gas across East Asia and beyond. Volcanic threats demand international cooperation and vigilance. Our changing climate may influence volcanic risks. Melting glaciers can release pressure on volcanoes, making eruptions more likely in some regions. Extreme rainfall can seep into volcanic systems, triggering eruptions or landslides. Climate change could even alter how volcanic aerosols spread, amplifying global cooling after an eruption. The relationship is complex, but the risks are real. As we change the planet, we may also change the nature of its oldest threats. The next eruption could be shaped by forces we're only beginning to understand. Our future is tied to both the climate and the restless earth beneath us. Changbaishan's story is one of beauty and danger, a sleeping giant with a violent heart. Scientists' vigilance is our first defense, but monitoring alone isn't enough. We must prepare evacuation plans, resilient agriculture, and global cooperation are essential. What if air travel halts? What if harvests fail? We must ask these questions now. Preparedness means stress testing our systems and stockpiling resources. The Earth will always be dynamic and sometimes violent. We can't stop the giant from waking, but we can be ready. The real question: do we have the foresight and will to act before disaster strikes? The safety of our world may depend on our answer. Are we ready for the day the sleeping giant roars again?